What's up, band kids, young and old? This is Russ, also known as RK Slave for Marching Band is Awesome. And in this video, quick fire videos. If you've seen some of the other videos I've done, I'm just doing a few non-edited, very casual, probably full of blunders and mistakes because I'm not reading from a script like I do in some of my videos. But we're just doing, instead of going through the whole top 12, instead of talking about every single detail of captions and stuff like that, I'm taking chunks of the lineup and going through. So we've talked about the top 3, we've talked about 4 and 5, and so right now I'm going to be talking about the 6th and the 7th place spots. So we're going to be talking about the Boston Crusaders and the Cadets. And so there's so many numbers and so many things going through my head. I have to just double check to make sure I'm saying the right things. So Friday night in the semifinals, the Boston Crusaders took 6th place comfortably with a 93.400, and the Cadets scored 7th place with a 91.738. Now, because I'm not scripting this and because I'm just kind of talking casually here, I'm going to pull up the calculator and put in the actual numbers. So we've got 93.400 minus 91.738, which gives us 1.662. So the Crusaders have a more than a 1.5 lead, 1.6, almost 1.7 point lead, which means if you round up, you could say they almost have a 2-point lead over the 7th place Cadets. One thing we want to mention about the Boston Crusaders, they're having a historically great season, and this placement, this score is, according to the DCI.org, nearly 8 points higher than they did at last year's semifinal. So the Boston Crusaders have come on strong. They're putting on a great season. Let's take a look at the summary for their recap. They placed 3rd in color guard. So we know the Boston Crusaders are doing great. They also scored 3rd in the prelims in color guard. Looking at these captions, they scored a lot of 6th place finishes all the way across the board. So the Boston Crusaders were consistent. In captions scores, they scored 6th place just about in everything except for that 3rd place color guard. But they did also get a 7th place in visual analysis. The Cadets, who were in 7th overall, took a 9th place finish in brass, and they dropped a little bit in GE from 6th to 7th from the prelims. And then, let's see, it says, the DCI.org says their 3 visual captions averaged out to 7th, as did the 3 music captions. So both the Boston Crusaders and the Cadets pretty much earned their 6th and their 7th place scores by consistently scoring 6s and 7s all the way across the caption stat sheet. Now, if we actually go to that stat sheet, you can do that by going to DCI.org, click on scores, click on the event that you're looking for, and then at the top right-hand corner of that event, right under the title and the date and city that it's in, you'll see it over on the right side. It's a blue link that says View Recap. And so you click on that, pull up the competition suite chart, and we go down. It's a little hard to read because it's just an HTML table, and so if I were looking at this in Google Sheets or Excel, you could highlight columns and not get lost and stuff. So bear with me if I get a little bit lost looking across these categories. I guess I could highlight this like so, which is better than nothing. So like I said, we've got 6th place Crusaders and 7th place Cadets, and that 1.6-ish spread between them. And we start over here in GE. We see pretty much across the board 6 places. The total score for GE for Boston Crusaders was 37.35 and Cadets was 36.75. So Crusaders outpacing the Cadets there. We look at visual, we got 6s across the board, a few 7s, and then the 3s in the color guard for Boston Crusaders, giving them a total of 28.025. And then the Cadets have pretty much 7s and 6s across the board, giving them a 27.50. So obviously the Crusaders take the edge there. And then we've got across the board 6s almost all the way across in the music category for Crusaders with a 28.025, which is the same score they got in visual, which is kind of cool. And then the Cadets, 9s, 8s, 7s, 7s, 7s. And so that probably averages out to 7 there, with a 27.488. And so, like I said, you see that 1.5-ish, a little bit more than 1.5 point spread between 7th place and 6th place. So then the ultimate question then is, do the Boston Crusaders, in that 6th place spot with a total score of 93.4, can they make up enough difference to jump into the 5th place spot, which the Cavaliers are sitting in right now, who have a 94.925. Now, I'm not calculating this with a calculator right now, but off the top of my head, it looks like about a 1.5 difference. That's a whole lot of ground to cover. And so we go below the Crusaders to the Cadets, and they also have a 1.5, more than a 1.5 to cover to upend the placement above them. So my prediction and my thoughts are just based on the trend and the scores from last night. As we go into the final performance tonight, that the Boston Crusaders are probably going to round out the top 6, unless just something disastrous happens above them or something miraculous happens below them. I think if the Crusaders stay solid like they've been, their color guard rocks like they've been rocking, I think the Crusaders take home that 6th place finish, which is quite a feat and quite an accomplishment for them. And the Cadets, they've got a big mountain to climb, and they're going to need a lot of faith to get them over that mountain. And the Cadets is a historically strong corps, and we might see them do something crazy tonight. So, anything's possible, really, within reason, which means not anything is possible, but hey, it's fun to say sometimes. So what do you think? Crusaders, are you proud of what they're doing? The Cadets, chose to go with a very polarizing show. I think people love it or they hate it. I think you can't deny that they're executing it well, and the musical repertoire is very intriguing and interesting. I know some folks are turned off by the religious nature of it. I'm not. I think it's wonderful. I love to see a good performance. I love to see a good show. And so I think the Cadets, early in the season, this is me eating some words, but I predicted that the Cadets would be in the top 4, I think I said, for sure. And it's not panning out that way. So I already know that my top predictions, finals from early in the season, are not panning out the way that I had predicted. So, but that's life. But anyways, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the Crusaders and their wicked show and their strong color guard? And what do you think about the Cadets, their show? Let me know in the comments. If you like marching band videos and DCI videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you love this video, if you love chatting about it, hit me up in the comments and smash that like button. And as always, remember, marching band is awesome because you're awesome, and I am gotta say my name right now. This is not an edited video, so you get all the casualness. I'm Russ, also known as RK Slave for Marching Band is Awesome, and I will see you in the next video.